Home Show.
Stephen from Needville, Texas has tripping trouble.
Yeah, it's all about depression, Tom. And these depressions in his 1950s floor. Stephen writes to us, he says, we removed the hardwood flooring in our home due to damage, but the floor is about 1.5 inch lower than the kitchen and bath, one of which has a mud bed under the tiles. Well, we're worried about the trip hazards for visiting elderly family members. Meanwhile, no one can suggest a solution for fixing this, that they're confident, Tom, that will fix it. What would you do?
Well, there's only one thing to do and do it permanently, and that is fill it up. When we got out of World War II and had all these concrete plants, they started creating slabs as foundations as opposed to crawl spaces. With the crawl spaces, when you laid tile, you had to have a depression in the wood floor, and then you had to fill it with mud so the tile would be separated from the wood. Today we do that with backer boards like Hardy. So that was part of part of the transition between the old way and the new way. Same with the wood floors. You wanted that hollow sound. You wanted the wood floor off the concrete. They didn't have the type of products we have today. Same thing. So right now it's as simple as filling it with sandcrete. We used to call it mud in the old days. It's basically sand, cement, and water. And you fill it, you screed it out till it's flat, and then whatever covering you want. You can have tile, you can do carpet, some of the slap down the vinyls. You can do any floor covering you want, but the only way to fix it permanently is to fill it. People that try to put wood under there and then frame wood on top of it, you get nothing but a rot, nasty problem down the road. So don't do that. There's one solution. Fill it with what we call mud, which is basically a sandcrete.
Mm-hmm. And then one of the questions I'm sure he may have is putting all that weight on the floor isn't going to be a problem for the house, Tom?
Not a bit. It's a point load. Every little point is not heavy. If you take 1.5 inches of mud float on a 1 square inch area, there's no weight there. It's like having a rock in your hand and you throw it. And that's how the slab feels it. You take a 212-pound guy like me and I stand on one toe, I got 212 pounds on that same spot when there's only less than 5 pounds with that. So it's a dead load. It doesn't move. It's a point load. It's not a problem.
It's a spread load.
Well, it's a point load. If you take every point on a slab,
and
it doesn't move, it's not a person that's moving back and forth. It's just pushing right down, right there, just that little bit. And you have 1 million of them, but they're spread over the surface.
Okay.
If you took it all and made a column on it, then of course we'd be digging columns like you did under your Mosier Media Palace when they put those beams in.
Well, we're going to assume that the elderly people aren't that kind of point load. Just put that out there.
Anybody.
Okay. Hey, anybody who needs help, we're here for you. Go visit HomeShowRadio.com, click on that blue Ask Tom button. It'll take you to this page where you can use the form or you can send a video. We'll answer your questions just like this one in a new video that we post a new one every day at HomeShowRadio.com, our Facebook page, and of course our YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, sure appreciate it if you give that video a thumbs up.